Israel intervened to protect these Arab communities, and a ceasefire of sorts is now in place. Let's go to Druze community member Dr. Sawsan Kheir, who's a psychologist and lecturer at the University of Haifa. She joins me live from Haifa in Israel. Thanks for joining us, Dr. Kheir. First up, I just want to get your perspective on what's been happening to the Druze communities in Syria. There have been conflicting reports, but a lot of evidence on social media of absolutely appalling massacres and atrocities.
Hello, Chris. Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak to you today. Indeed, lots is not known to the world, apparently, and unfortunately and sadly. There's a genocide taking place in Syria against the Druze community. All the campaigns trying to show it to the world that these are minor issues or conflicts between the Bedouins and the Druze are not correct. It's a massacre. I call it personally October 7th of the Druze. Genocide is taking place. Children, infants, 3 months old, 10 months old are being killed. There is footage, there is video, but the world doesn't see this for some reason. Many of my foreign friends never, or at least said only yesterday that they heard that there is something taking place in Syria against the Druze.
I think, sorry to interrupt, Sawsan, I think one of the reasons we don't see that stuff in the media is it's too graphic to show. But you are right. Also, the international media turns a blind eye to the issue generally. Now, I know Arab Druze communities live peacefully in Israel. I've visited Druze villages in Israel, also up in the Golan Heights over the last 30 years. You're an Arab community, religiously separate, especially from Sunni Muslims, a lot of Druze people in southern Lebanon and also in Syria. Why then has Israel gone into Syria to protect the Druze communities in Syria? And what would have happened if Israel didn't do that?
Thank you for the question. Well, this is a very good question, a very good thing to also expose to the world. Israel is the only country worldwide that stood up to this point for the Druze. First, because I think it's a humanitarian issue. It's a humanitarian crisis, and Israel is known to help different countries worldwide in such a kind of crisis. Well, not exactly such a kind, but in every international crisis, Israel forces, different kind of forces, go and help in disastrous areas. So same is taking place right now in Syria. Israel sees the massacre that is taking place, the genocide, and I think you should not think in terms of politics right now, but be human. And this is the stance that Israel is taking right now. Now, the Druze in Israel, we are a tiny minority, of course, worldwide, but in Israel, we are also a minority, and we're living here peacefully. We're protected by the state, and the Druze serve in the Israeli army. So I think this is one thing that also motivated Israel to act, recognizing or giving a recognition to the Druze contribution to the state of Israel.
Also, of course, I've been up into a Druze community at Majd al-Shams, for instance, right up on the Syrian border in the Golan Heights. But there'll be so many Druze people there who have family and relatives just across the border in Syria exposed to this. So it's in many cases, it's Israeli people supporting their relatives across the border in Syria. Thanks so much for bringing us up to date. We'll keep in touch as this issue unfolds. I really appreciate your time. That's Dr. Sawsan Kheir from Haifa, the University of Haifa in Israel, a member of the Druze community there.